Ready? All right, let's call this meeting to order at 5:43 p.m. Roll call. Vivian's not here yet. Jasenia's here.
Here.
Okay. I'm here. Francisco.
I'm here.
Yeah, Clary's not here yet. Alexandra.
Yeah.
And Madeline's not here yet. All right, let's go to deferrals, additions, and deletions. I have one thing to add to our calendar here, and that is item B under new business gala discussion. Anybody else want to add anything, take anything out, throw anything in the trash? Pitch to the next baseball player? Door stuck?
No, someone came out, I think.
Oh, okay. All right, with that being said, can I add gala discussion? Do I have a second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, changes in there. Let's go to the minutes. Oh, wait, sorry, public comments. No one's here from the public, so we can skip that. Now we go to the minutes.
Unless there's someone online, no, but
No, they don't do that anymore.
I don't know. Okay. I haven't had any, so.
I thought that she said that you can't do that anymore. You have to submit it, right?
No. Oh, we have one participant online.
I know.
That's us.
Oh,
Yeah. I asked.
One day I'm gonna actually read these minutes. I can actually make sure I put the correct things in the agenda.
as long as you don't change the names, we're good.
September 12th, everybody ready for the presentation to the council?
I have a comment on that.
You do?
I'm sorry.
What's the matter?
And she just said it like, I have a comment on that, like.
Yeah, because I was just looking for announcements and I was like, it might just come up, so, and it couldn't be, you can't make a motion on it, so it's just me informing you. So, you are not presenting in September. Because you guys are scheduled to go in July. Even though you guys didn't have like all the budget things ready. And you also presented in April. So. You are going in February. But. The. Dojo program and the animation classes. Will be. Presented to council on the 12th by Parks.
I still need to go then. Because we have to talk to the council about covering an expense for the gala. Recommendations. I could submit a letter or I could go in person. Because we have to ask them to cover the air conditioning expenses because the building still doesn't have air conditioning. And for years past, we had it donated. This year, it's gonna be $1,500.
Okay.
So what do you think I should do? Still go?
They don't have AC in that building?
They have partial AC. It hasn't been repaired in over 2 years.
I guess it's
That
growing
building is
beautifully.
That doesn't even sound right, because we've had events and days.
And they all have AC units in there. Have you ever seen those big machines in the corner blowing the cold air in the air?
Yeah, I remember those.
We had them donated every year prior, but now this year they won't donate them because of expenses.
My daughter just did camp there and there was AC.
Yeah, there's enough for a couple of 30, maybe 30 people, but you
I
know,
guess when it's a big group, then it's.
the system hasn't been upgraded, so it can't handle it. So every year Joseph got it donated, and this year they said they can't donate it because they can't afford that to donate it.
Why can't they fix it?
I don't know, but it's too late now. We have 3 weeks to the gala. So either the board pays $1,500 for air conditioning or we pay $1,500 for air conditioning.
You said the board?
I'm sorry, either our board pays for it or the
Okay,
council
okay,
pays for it.
you said, okay.
So what Joseph wanted me to do, since we were presenting, was to ask the council during our presentation, would you please consider covering $1,500 to our gala to cover the expenses of the air conditioning in a building that you guys haven't repaired yet?
Doesn't make sense.
I know.
Welcome to government. Guess I'll just show up and come in during public
Well,
comments.
the agenda, they already sent it.
So I'm gonna go during public comments. Because there's nothing else I can do then. So if I'm no longer on the actual list, I can't talk.
Well, the comments is the only.
Does public comments happen after or before the additions or deletions or deferrals?
Guess before.
Mm,
You know what? Holy
I know what
the opening.
I know what to do. I'm gonna ask Joseph to have Manny make a motion to add me to the agenda for the night. Since I'm not gonna be on there, that's what we'll have to do. Because that, he can do that. He can say I add to the agenda item C, John Rover to talk about money.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how that works.
That's how we do it, so that's gonna be how they go.
Yeah, but remember, that's on a like bigger scale, so I'm not sure if
Well, the
they'll,
mayor can ask for anything he wants.
yeah, it's just getting a motion, like passed.
Well, if they all don't pass, then we're in trouble.
Then,
Then I go during public comments to tell them how disappointed I am.
you know what? Let them, when there was sweating their butts off, and, oh, we wanted to ask for that, we were gonna pay for it, but.
I think he already booked it, so we're gonna pay for it one way or another. I don't know.
So on the council's agenda, it's order business and then the comments.
Yes, so I'll have to ask Joseph to tell me, Manny, that he needs to add me on again, and then, okay, I'll just make sure to do that.
Yes, and it's fun.
Okay, did everybody read over the minutes? I didn't see anything, but then again, I'm not sure if I missed anything.
Mm.
Looks good to me, guys.
Mhm.
All right, I motion to pass the minutes as approved. All those in favor? Motion passes. Okay, let's go down to old business. We were supposed to talk Gigi's cooking classes, but Clary had us put it down there. I don't know if she's here yet, so I'm gonna skip over A and push it to the bottom just in case she comes, because she was the one who asked for it. Let's go to B, the dojo follow-up, Gabby. So you said basically they're gonna present it, Parks and Rec is gonna be doing it.
Yes, they're still working on, from my understanding, they're a little bit they moved more forward with the animation classes.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
then-
all the emails.
The dojo is what they're still like working on, but either way, they have to present to council.
Okay.
So they're working, Parks and Legal are working together on that. And
Do they need anything from us to in the presentation?
as of right now, no.
Okay, I spoke to Manny yesterday. It happened that I was at Mary Collins because my daughter does karate there. So I kind of like, hey, so what's going on with the program? And something that he was saying was that it depended also on when do we want, because I was like, oh, and what center would we use? Like, I was kind of trying to get as much information as possible. And he's like, oh, you could use Rural Oaks if it's in the, like, before 2 o'clock. And I'm like, if I'm not mistaken, and well, I guess maybe that's something that we need to figure out now, especially if they're gonna present it already. Because we had said later on, right? And then he was like, Manny
It's supposed
was,
to be an evening class.
that's what I thought so as well, like, that's what we always spoke about, so. Then in that case, then he suggested, I mean, of course, I'm sure they had to present it and get confirmation. But then the other thing was also like the age, I don't remember the age that we said.
We talked about doing the young kids first, didn't we?
I have a, I think we were thinking more like 14 and up, something like that, or is it me? I honestly,
I thought it was 8. 8 to
Eight,
8 to
and-
8 to 14.
did he have it written in the, that's what I was, I should have checked, this was like.
Because I know, because the animation classes are adults, right? And our dancing program was youth to adult, up to
It is
adult.
actually, because there's small ones too. Yeah, so we have,
My kids are in it this year, finally.
nice.
I got yelled at for doing that.
For putting your kids in the dance? Okay.
So then, Yeah, I thought we had said that karate program was good for the younger kids and that we were gonna wait to do older later. Because we
Yeah.
wanted to focus the older stuff on more,
I think it's been such a long time since.
Yeah,
we
it's-
spoke.
Yeah, I think the dojo was for kids up to 16 or 18.
yeah, I believe it was
I
kids.
Yeah.
just found it, so
Okay,
I'm pretty sure we said kids. I'm sure we said kids because it was gonna be a companion program to the dance. For the animation and that other program that we never got through with the
the
school.
day one.
Yeah,
Those were the adult programs. We were gonna do adult stuff with them and then the kids ones with them. So I'm pretty sure Dojo was supposed to be kids.
yeah, I think the animation was
There's 16.
17 and up,
17?
16, 17 and up, all the way to 20 something.
Yeah, that's what I remember us talking about doing.
I remember if there was a cap on the animation class. I think it was just like a starting age and then, I think,
It was a
Yeah.
starting age up.
Yeah,
and
16, I think 16,
The
17.
cap was the amount of people that could do it.
yes, that was great, yes. Because we definitely, like, they need to have that information when they present, because those are questions I'm sure that council will probably be asking.
Okay, so for age, so the program mission aims to provide for the special needs and general population, ages 9 through 99. A safe and welcoming and
That's right. That's right. He did say it was 9 and older.
I didn't remember it having an end, but I
Yeah, I
wasn't
saw
sure
that
what
too.
the, yeah.
Heck was
And
that?
it's not of the things that,
Maybe like Flash,
yeah, it's like having a little village.
poltergeist type of thing.
It's the camera.
And then you wanted the age for animation class?
I need to add something
that's
to
okay.
old business. That we can do it.
You were supposed to put that in at the top. Okay, hold on.
We're kind of going on over the agenda, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just thought about that. We
So,
can,
but dojos are good, okay? They're presenting and they don't need
Yes,
anything.
they said if they don't present in Aid in September, that's what they're planning to do, but if they don't, it would be October.
That, good. Okay, that's good follow up on that. Okay.
Now- So sorry, actually, one more thing, because at first we had said a year, but then we had him edit the contract.
Okay,
That was, how many, do you guys remember? I think it was 10, I know I should have looked over the contract. I should,
Be the
I
latest
don't
one. we have.
remember those details. I really won't.
Cause I think it might be a good idea to kind of do like some like bullet points, maybe send it to them, just so that they can have like those certain, I mean, I know they have the contract, but just in case they have the year one and have the edited one, even though I'm pretty sure they have the edited one too.
Do I look better with longer hair?
What?
Do I look better with longer hair?
I don't know where that came from, but
I have longer hair now.
I noticed that.
I'm so sorry, what was the question? I found it. I was looking for the email, that okay, it was eight.
Okay, I think it's the weather.
The duration of the class.
Of the.
I would say you look
No,
more
not-
serious, more business
I
stuff,
think it was 10 weeks, I wanna say it was 10 weeks.
more plenty of fish, less Tinder.
I have no luck with either of them.
Oh, well, you look more serious.
Okay, maybe we could just move on to the next. week. I guess.
This is what happens when you have a person with ADHD. Oh, look, a squirrel.
That's what I had to write down what I was needed to say.
While she's looking that up, I'd like to reopen the order of business to allow Francesco to. Did I just call you Francesco?
Okay, so I just thought about the 5K.
Go on.
Any updates with the mayors from Hialeah and it, because basically,
The last thing I talked to them on was that they said that they were both interested in doing it. We just needed to coordinate an idea, come up with a concept. Come back to them and we can start working on a plan between the two different parks departments.
okay, so if that's the case, then I'll start working on an idea, because I was waiting to see if we were gonna start here and there and other details.
The suggestion from Bobo was to start here because this is our board, our town. And we would start, the idea was to start it at
Optimist.
Optimist Park, so they could run the Lakeway. And you would run from the Lakeway to the business road, through the business center on the actual,
Yeah.
on the walkway there, they have that bike path. Then you would cross into Hialeah, across there, and make your way down a couple of streets into ending at, the entrance, the big entrance, the front entrance of, yeah. That was what we had talked about. The initial idea would be, what we would need to know. Do the towns agree on the roadmap and the concept? Then we would need to know, do the parks departments, will they be willing to help us map this out? Will the police departments be willing to work with us for closures and expenditures? And then we need to ask Miami-Dade County, what can they participate in besides the donation of the portion of Amelia Earhart? Then when we get all that done, we take it back to the county here, to the county to approve, then to our cities, both cities have to approve it. And when they've done that, we can start selling sponsorships and food truck positions and anything and everything that has to go with it, lining up to the actual event.
Let me ask something about that, because I know that you guys want to do it on the street and all that, but maybe it's a huge park. I don't know if they've ever done a 5K within the park, but that way you cut
Cut a
so
whole
much.
bunch of expenses.
Oh, yeah.
Like when
I
you-
like the idea.
Expenses and logistics.
I like the idea. So how do we pitch it to Miami Lakes and Hialeah to say why you should be in the park? And we're not going into your city. We're inviting your residents now to come to this park only. So
Right, yeah.
we have to, I thought, that's the first thing I thought of, was we could do it in the park. Because they have trails and they have everything all set up. We could set up the whole boundary and the whole thing, and just, it's a weekend event at the park.
Mm.
The mayors are gonna race against each other, so, they wanna be in that event. They're gonna be spotlighted, that media is gonna spotlight what they're doing, it's raising money for both of our special needs groups, they have one, we have one. And, it's just that we needed a space large enough to hold that many runners, because there's runners all over the state. And hundreds of them will come to this event, whether they're not even part of this town. So you might even have 100 runners and 100 families, and then another 100 people from Hialeah, another 100 from, you've got 400 or 500 people in one spot. We can't do that at Veterans. And we can't do that in
The Royal
maybe
Oaks.
in Royal Oaks. We can't do it in one of Hialeah's parks either, because then it's all in Hialeah. You know what? I like that idea better. I think that it'd be better for us, but first, if that's the case, then the first thing we need to do is go to Miami-Dade County. We need to find out what they can,
Help out with.
yeah, we need to find out if we can use the park, what the logistics are of doing the race there, what they need from our towns. And then we could get together with Mayor Bobo and Mayor Sid and ask them, what do you guys need us to do so that you can get the towns involved, the parks departments involved, so that the safety departments are involved. So we have the police, we have fire, we have people doing special needs events and programs, and we have
Yeah, because we don't have to close streets. We don't need the police to direct traffic. There's a lot less logistics if we do it inside a park.
I'm okay with that. What do you guys think?
And it's safer for them.
Let's do it. Let's do it. The race is gonna, the inclusion, this is an inclusion run. That's what we call it. We're calling it the inclusion run. That allows us to show how we're making things more inclusive. So the inclusion run is gonna be taking place at Amelia Earhart in conjunction with the town of Miami Lakes and the city of Hialeah. It's going to raise money for both of our special needs departments. I'll have Mayor Sid and Mayor Bobo talk about how they want to split those funds appropriately. So some of that money will come to our board. Some of that money will go to their board. It's like, it'll be our second fundraiser, the first time we've ever done something other than now. And it's to bring awareness to what we do in this community. That's the goal of this run. What's the purpose of it? Is to bring awareness to what we do in this community. And then we're opening the door for these groups that are already in Miami Lakes, like the therapy centers and the assistant programs and the adult programs for all that stuff. They can have booths there and we can sell sponsorships to cover the expenses for stuff like that. And we can sell spaces for food trucks, spaces for all that, let them come in and be a part of it. And then we just have to promote it and we have to push it. So if you want to kick the things off, the thing I would start with is contacting Miami-Dade, find out who we gotta talk to. And tell them that we're organizing a 5K marathon that we would like to host at Amelia Earhart. And it's in the beginning phases, so there's nothing in concrete. But it would be a joint partnership between the city of Hialeah and the town of Miami Lakes to put it on. The county to also be a part of it as well, called the Inclusion 5K. And the goal is to bring awareness for inclusivity and special needs in South Florida. Did you get all that?
Yeah.
Okay,
You wrote like 3 words on what you said.
No, I had, I
I will
read
forget.
them, bring awareness.
I hope
I
you
really
remember.
have it.
I will forget.
Yeah.
I come up with great ideas.
That was like inspiration and then
And you know what? It's recorded.
Mhm.
there you go.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
goodness.
but I had written
I was
everything.
looking over the contract, but I don't see it.
I only see under timetable, the program may be tailored to the schedule available at particular spaces from a short period, 4 to 8 weeks, to a longer academic calendar or seasons-long sessions.
Oh, good, so it's open-ended. It's based on availability. That sounds good. Okay, so that takes care of. See, A, B, C, D, E, F that we just out, by the way, we needed to add the 5K. Run to F of old for F of old business. Do I have a second?
Right.
All those in favor?
It's like.
Second, yeah,
Aye. Passes.
you
Thank you,
understood.
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to find it.
Thank you for participating.
It's the one that you sent me, I will tell you,
Jeff, did you follow that, Alexandra?
it's the second page,
Just
under project outline.
today you have your hands full with the craziness that's going on in this board.
Painting with a twist, I'm just gonna push to next meeting, because I don't have any details from them. I almost wonder if they're still in business, because when I went by there the other day, it looked pretty empty.
Yeah, it
The
looked
tables
closed.
look closed.
What did you call?
You think I haven't tried calling? They don't answer their
I don't know.
phones.
John?
I drove
That's
through
why
it.
I have to keep trying to go.
That they weren't answering.
Yeah, last time I got them to answer me was when I walked into their studio after pushing the door open when it was locked. Wow. So I don't know. I'm concerned that they may be gone.
I drove through there, like it was Thursday or Friday, and it looked closed. Friday night.
You saw it, I saw all the picture painting stuff, it's all gone, isn't it? It's just a table sitting there.
I saw that, I didn't look at, I didn't
I'll keep
look.
trying.
deeper, but it looked empty.
It does, it looks empty. I'll keep trying.
We started with Angel talking, like, he came here September 7th, 2022.
A year, took us a year to get the.
Yeah, I don't see it. Either I'm not reading right, my mind isn't focused,
I have the one that you sent me,
but I don't see it.
I think like November 2022.
And I'm looking for the emails and they're not popping up. Is this live? Where on, where is it live on? Because Vivian would like to see it.
Facebook town page.
Yes, you can also just go to the town's website and then just click, and
Or
then
on
it'll
YouTube.
give you everything.
Or YouTube, yeah. Okay, so Vivian's not gonna make it then, huh?
It's.
Okay. Let's go to, we're pushing off pain with a twist. We did the 5K, we did the dojo. I know I'm jumping around, I'm sorry. Let's do
Special needs, right?
special needs registry.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna send it to you then.
All right,
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, because it's not coming up.
so I have really good news on you, but I'll start off with, I continue going to the other committees to give them the new cards and part about the program. And a few HOA meet, but I haven't been able to attend all the HOAs, so I'm getting those little by little, so. You know, some people say, oh, never heard about it, so now it's better. I want to thank my friend Raul Ruiz because he helped me find this information that I gave out to you guys. He's the FIU Associate Dean Professor and for law, and I had asked him to help me with this because I knew this was happening, but I wasn't sure how it was happening. So it turns out that on February 28th, a bill was introduced, 1277. It was a public records request for disabilities involving registries. On June 29, it was signed by Governor DeSantis, and it will take effect on January 1st of this coming year. So what it does is, if there's a public what we wanted, if there's a public records request, any persons with disabilities is gonna be redacted. So now we can tell people, listen, this is not really a public records request information, because what they're gonna get is empty, a paper with everything redacted on it. So other information is kept confidential, in other.
Excellent.
And this is when it comes to anything like a registry for people with disabilities.
Yes.
Right, not like.
And what we have, like a registry or a program, but we have a registry.
It's a registry, we just call it a program.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, like specific to disability, not
Yes.
just any registry.
Right.
Up until January, we're still, they can still pull a file on it, right?
Yes, yes. I think after that, because a lot of the questions I get are always related to the same thing. It's always the same thing. It's that. So now it's, oh no, don't worry, it's not going to be public request. So it's gonna, you're gonna be good.
Good.
And then we can write that down on the form when we get them, and then we're gonna inform all the people that have already been on the registry. Listen, from this day on, no request.
I would say come January, we edit the form as soon as possible, so let's have it ready in December to be edited for January, to be released in January. And then in January, do a complete reach out to all the people that are on there, and then all the people that haven't finished theirs. Let them know due to a new law, any information that you submit will no longer be available to anyone other than us. That might help them.
And by us, that,
Yeah, I mean,
no, I'm just saying, because you know, when we say us, it's like, it sounds like.
Yeah, the custodian delegate.
so any new signups yet?
I think, and I hope that that is gonna make the difference, because it's really a lot of the questions with that is, oh, but if somebody asks, oh, yeah, we can give them the information. But hopefully this time, well, they can't get the information, here you go, sign up, please.
And I think something that would be really good would be like some type of press release too. You know, like saying, oh, you know, and if you want to know more, maybe put like a link to the video as well, to kind of like push it out there. So I think doing the,
I haven't heard anything about that law
I
anywhere.
don't remember what it's called, the geofencing. Am I
Yeah.
saying it right? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm really bad.
techie.
All right. Maybe we could do something like that, and, you know, put some money into that and try to really get the word out there. So for the town to do it, and then for us to.
Listen, I looked on Painting with a Twist, their Instagram page, their last upload was August 15. And on Facebook, they uploaded a new logo yesterday. So apparently it's open.
What other new manager?
One day, new profile. Which
Okay, anything else they posted or nothing else?
before that, it was April. Apparently, they're not big on Facebook.
No, that would coincide with how things have been going there, because since April, we didn't able to do much of anything.
But
Actually, February.
if you go to Instagram, August 15, August 10, and then June 28, May 2nd, April 13, so they go gaps
Just
with
about every-
without posting.
Probably do more like the weekend, that's probably the ones that are more. I don't think that's.
We still need to post constantly.
Hopefully somebody else is taking over now. That would be a good reason to change the logo. Okay, anything else on the
This
registry?
is exciting.
All good? Okay. We'll start working on some stuff for January to release and let people know that it's even safer than ever. Okay, VG's not here to talk about our cooking fund. But
Cloudy. I do it too.
Larry's not here to talk about the VG's cooking class. But I would assume that she's just letting us know that it's getting underway because we've already given her the money, everything should be started, so we can ask for her to give us an update, postpone that to next meeting. Art exhibit.
Didn't they have the golf tournament now, or about to have the golf tournament?
No, but we didn't get it. We weren't part of it.
Yeah, so it was in Miramar, Pembroke.
Yeah, exactly, it was. Because last time when I was here, we got the team,
So we sponsored.
Three
it.
times.
Art exhibit. So here's another potential problem with us not presenting to the board. We were supposed to present the art exhibits and we could have it. When was it supposed to be having? We were having
I
it
believe it was
November.
October.
October.
I think we had said October since it was disability awareness month.
Yeah, so you had said that we had to present to council in order to get it approved so we could have it. Now what do we do?
I don't know, but I do have information on it.
Okay,
Okay, is that
So,
good?
yes, so you guys had asked, how many paintings fit in the hallway, and do they need? They do not, they are gonna be hung. And the amount of paintings that fit, it depends on the size of the painting.
great.
I mean,
In other words,
not
same,
so
no.
much, but because it all depends, I don't know.
in other words, they're in the same boat with the AC system from Royal Oaks. Okay, so
I will ask Joseph to ask Manny to put me on the agenda the day of the event, or day of the council meeting. To talk about this, to talk about the gala and to talk about the art exhibits, we could get in. So. I will do that, okay? Moving on to new business, public events calendar, I don't feel like doing that, let's scratch that out, we'll do it next week, next time. Let's focus on gala, because Joseph's been pulling my neck down to the ground every day. I need to know from you guys, since you're the only ones here, because I don't have an answer from everybody else that's not here. What auction items do we have? Because it's like 3 weeks to the auction. And he's like, this is like the end of the world if we don't have auction items. Has anyone gotten auction items?
I don't even have a phone right now. I'm using an old phone with an old number because I don't have a phone. My phone died on Monday. So I have no idea when it comes to emails or messages from anyone that I've sent to about 200 people.
Don't you have a computer?
I have a computer, but I cannot connect to WhatsApp or my text messages.
Is
My
WhatsApp
computer.
only on mobile?
No, I have it on my computer. I had it on my computer, but my phone is not working, so
Oh,
it's not.
this attached to the phone. That's right.
Yeah, I'm using a phone that
Use
has.
WhatsApp. I still use a text messaging system.
This is Android 8. This is a phone
I have
from
a pager.
2017.
I have a pager.
No, this one is from 2017. So most apps don't even upload on this.
Really? That's funny. Mine's from like 2018 and I still use it. I can't stand the other ones. The new ones, like a bad session.
So
I
anyway,
take it nothing. I take it nothing,
I emailed
nothing.
the Miami Lakes business Chamber of Business.
Would the police department like to donate something to be auctioned off at the special needs gala?
Oh, police dog.
I can't even get this computer to connect to the internet.
Do you have anything at home you'd like to donate?
I have an ex-wife that I would love to donate.
I don't know if we can auction those off. Actually, I'm not sure that anyone wants them.
Okay,
Oh,
moving
no
moving
one.
on, moving on.
Dude, no, it's not good. What do we do, guys?
Coach and CrossFit hasn't answered, but they told me that they were gonna have their leadership team reach out. But again, I had a phone in 3 days.
You're not with Jumpstart, right? Will they still be sponsoring this year?
They did.
Will you still be, considering you're having a child, I don't think you should be walking around.
Don't count on Alexander. I mean, I don't.
So
think
I would
so.
assume you're not going to be doing the iPad.
And especially,
I mean, I'm just looking at Joseph's questions.
oh, okay.
Vivian wanted us to get together with Jonathan to create a video showing our programs. So we can share it at the event. We
I
tried to,
remember we had spoken about that.
we had done that last year, last minute. You know, again, doing it this year last. If that's the case, we gotta call Jonathan like ASAP and we need a budget for it. What did we budget last year when it came to, was it like $100, was it like $100, $200? For the video? Is it $100? It's $100.
Could we just say 300 just in case? Cause I
Yeah.
have no idea how much it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's-
if we go under. it's
Jonathan
like
or Gani?
No,
Or, you don't use Gani?
Yanni, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he said Jonathan here, so that would be our department. That would be town.
And actually, would we pay him then? Like,
No,
That-
we wouldn't. We paid Yanni to do it last year.
yeah, that's why, like, because he's an employee, would he get paid through the town or would, but then again, this is some
he's not an employee.
Yeah, he is.
Jonathan?
Jonathan is.
Oh, Jonathan, I thought it was Gani.
No, John.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how that would work.
I don't know. The suggestion here was to have me and the mayor talk about it with Jonathan doing the video work and editing it.
Okay, you know what, I'd say, let's motion, let's do that.
Motion to do it?
Yeah, and then to, allocate that money. If we don't need
That's
it,
needed, yeah.
perfect, we don't use it, but. Regardless this month,
Yeah.
like, we can't afford, then we're gonna have to have a sunshine meeting, it's gonna be.
Agreed.
chaos.
I would like to motion for us to create a video showcasing what we do. Preferably using Jonathan in the town. If not, we would hire someone outside, such as Connie. Put a budget of $200 towards it, coming from the community awareness fund.
I second.
All those in favor?
I,
Motion passes. That takes care of that.
You said 200?
200, yeah. I don't think we need 3.
I'm just,
no, I agree.
I like to go just in case, and then hopefully it's free and we don't even have to spend any money, but it's,
I would certainly hope so.
cause I mean, he is a town employee, but then again, this event isn't necessarily. Okay. Everybody's really over.
Yeah, I mean, essentially what Joseph said is that he was gonna let the mayor know that I'm request the $1,500 for the agriculture. That's a total 12. So I'm just gonna let him know, please tell Mandy to make sure he adds me to the agenda. Because we were taken off the agenda because we were not gonna present like we thought we were gonna present, but we're not presenting. So. Now we need to put back on the agenda to talk about that and also the art exhibit.
No, it's next. It's less than.
Yeah, I know. I have to go
No, I
To-
understand. I'm saying to be added to the agenda.
like we do. Any additions, deletions, or deferrals. Manny can simply say, I would like to add John Roger, the special needs
Okay,
advisor.
no, because you were saying that you were gonna tell.
I'm gonna
Joseph
tell him to
something.
remind him to do it.
Okay.
Because if I go there that night, he forgets to say anything, then we're
Okay,
screwed.
And you stand up and, hey,
Hey, you forgot me. We'll be like. All right, guys, what do we do about auction items? How can we get auction items? You guys got any ideas that we can push? Because we're the only team here right now. We're down 3 people that haven't, I don't have any idea where Madeline is with hers.
I know that she had contacted a few people. I know that.
She usually comes up with at least 2 or 3.
did John,
Did you guys get anybody from last year? Did you do anything last year?
I did.
did Joseph call the guy that did memorabilia and raffle items, the silent auction items for the GG's golf tournament last year?
I have no idea.
Cause I think Joseph had his number. Can you ask him?
I was actually gonna talk about Gigi's too, because after gala. I bought a picture from a girl that goes there as an artist. And they have all types of stuff, and they had put it there for the auction. Remember that?
I remember John got a guitar.
I gotta get that. It's in my living room.
Yeah.
You remember the girl? The girl that had the little picture that I bought?
Yesenia, a girl with black hair, curly hair?
The question is, where did they get this stuff?
Con un lazy eye.
They have to be people in the town that have done
Ella
paintings.
pinta brutal.
How does it change?
Amazing artist.
That's what Clary should be asking. Clary should ask all the people that donated for Gigi's to donate to us.
I already emailed most of them.
No, I mean, the people that did paintings, like all of our students that have done work, we'd love to auction that off.
I was like, even.
I think the thing is that these organizations don't want to give up what they have for their own galas.
Yeah, so then when they have their own events, they have, yeah,
Mhm.
unless they have.
At this point, we're
Yeah.
just start auctioning off stuff to their house. I'm just not telling you to bring things from your house and just auction them off. No, usually I donate a barbecue pit, and this year I don't. I know I can't.
Auction items, and there's different websites that have like different packages for different things, and you set the price on whatever they suggest, because you have to meet them
Right.
for the item.
His big thing is he wants us to get people that are completely 100% committed so that we keep the process. Because he already has that. He already has a group that brings in the big picture frames. and
Yeah, I think it's the
sources,
same one.
Well, yeah,
that
that's
the-
what last year.
And we have to pay them what they want for theirs on,
Yeah.
whatever we collect on top is for us.
No, maybe, cause I'm not
Not-
sure,
not
but I
everything
believe that
is.
last year, not everything sold. I don't know if in the end we
They
still
take it
have
back.
some.
When whatever about their stuff that they don't sell, it gets taken back. And then we would just get a new fresh batch the next time. Anything that we didn't sell that was in kind donated, we'd still have left over, but they all had expiration dates.
This is what Madeline said. I haven't been able to contact as many as last year. No one has responded except Flanagan's waiting on their gift cards. Between the new school year, new assignment and training, I haven't been able to do the legwork. Who she's contacted so far, Bolay, not able to give any gift cards. La Strega, no response after 3 messages. And Noillo has a new management, no response. Francesca can't donate. They asked to go to Costco and buy gift cards. Ale House. My contact states corporate has to handle. La Diosa went in person, they do not donate gift cards. Joseph, maybe you can call Guancho's for a basket or gift certificate, wasn't able to get a hold of him. Sushi Saki doesn't donate. Maybe you can reach out to new businesses in town such as Corner 67, La Vitrola, Burger Fry. I thought of asking Chella's, but they already donating food.
Wow. That's insane. We're having the wrong people talk to them.
And actually, Madigan last year got over 20.
I think we have the wrong.
Cause just
people.
from Flanagan, she got like,
We have,
and
the-
it goes like 8.
This is not-
10.
Yeah.
I know it was a bunch,
this isn't working because it's us asking. It needs to be the town asking.
which is something, I know that Madeline, even the first time that we met, I don't know if you remember that, but. She mentioned it and she had just started, she's like, wouldn't that be like a better way because it's coming from the town? Cause I mean,
No, I agree with that. The town should be asking.
Can we ask all the council members to just call people and say we need donations?
Or send out an email,
but
their
since it's
email.
a mayors, you know, I don't.
But
you
they're
know,
part of the
sometimes-
event. They go to the event. They're.
No, it's titled the mayor's gala because the mayor is the show stopper of it. Not really, it's not just the mayor, it's
No,
the
no,
whole
of course,
town.
but what I'm just,
Well, then,
Can we ask if they can
Manny,
send out
you can
an
call-
newsletter, an email, a mass email each of the council members?
we don't have to ask
Especially
her,
the
we can ask
businesses.
Joseph, he's the one who would do it.
especially the businesses that are new, they're really, I mean, because. For example, I remember the year before that we went to, oh my gosh, I can't believe I don't remember the name. The one that Beverly Hills Cafe, we went to Beverly Hills Cafe, I mean, she handed it to me in a second. Because she knows, you know, like she's seen, and so it's very different. So, you know, now a lot of these new businesses, I mean, I haven't gone to a lot of these, to not say
I miss Beverly Hills Cafe.
everybody, but you know what I mean, so like. Some of these places, I think if the,
Is Madeline watching us?
That might be the one participant that we have.
yes, she.
Hi, Madeline. I was wondering how that just randomly comes across, like, oh, wow, look all of a sudden, we're asking.
So what I was thinking, either from Joseph or from the mayor himself, I don't know, like some type of. Like even an email, it doesn't even have to be like that he goes in person, but it coming from him. I don't mind going and picking it up, you know, I can figure something out. But like going and asking, like it's a bit, cause I did that last year, I didn't, but the year before. And it was like, oh yeah, we'll get back to you.
Yeah, never did.
It didn't happen.
So,
The
I
only
mean,
2 places
we
that I
need-
was able to get was Cancun Grill. And even, which was pretty, you know, and then Beverly Hills Cafe.
I emailed everyone from the Miami Lakes, Chamber of Business. No one, just crickets.
Wow.
It also doesn't help that we have no identification. I mean, unless you go in person wearing your polo, that's
But
it.
still,
We have
there-
no business cards to pass out. We have nothing to show that we're actually working with the town. As far as they're concerned, even if they don't, unless they know us.
Well, the only way they can verify is they go online and see the board members. That's the only way. But still, it's,
We have to ask Manny to send out an email to the town.
It's or Joseph, I know Joseph is in the system, so,
No,
but I'm saying like either or, it would be nice, you know, and even if some council members can do it also, that would be great. Because they are, no, you know, in the town, you know, there are council members and, you know. I don't know,
I
that's,
agree.
that's a thought, but I mean, it needs to happen like very soon, because. It's 3 weeks away, so, not even. Yeah.
I don't even have an outfit.
Yeah, I was away. Yeah, we did. All right, so,
All right, I will message Joseph for the following then. I will ask him to tell Manny that we need to get put on when the day of the agenda at the meeting on September 12th, so that I can talk about our need for $1,500 for the air conditioning, since the building is not capable of handling it, and that we also have a program that we're trying to launch in October for the artwork. Then I also need him to have the mayor send out a newsletter to everybody in the town saying, we would love to get your donations for our special needs gala. Please let us know if you can donate, because you know, that coming from Manny makes a huge push versus it coming from us.
I think so too. I think we show up and they're like, yeah. I mean, I've experienced it in person, so that's why I say it.
Okay, that takes care of donations. Let's talk about volunteer work. So for the event, does everybody know what they are gonna be doing or what you want to be doing? We'll leave Alexander off because I know that you're probably not gonna be there. You're not either? Okay, great. This is gonna be a good one this
John,
year.
you know, I've never gone, I've never gone.
Have you never gone?
No.
Why? Oh, I got you.
Personal reasons.
What are you gonna do?
me?
How about you run the iPad?
Okay,
You deal?
yeah,
Okay. You did it once before with me, didn't you?
yeah.
Remember that when we were gathering because we helped
In the
people buy more
80s.
chips and.
Oh, Francisco, we gonna be like, come on, you know.
Okay, come on, man, get some more money.
Listen. Oh, you're afraid? Too bad, you're afraid to gamble, come
No,
on.
don't overdo it, don't overdo it either, you know. this-
That girl just bet $100, you're betting 20, come on. Chicken.
That's fun. What about you, Mr. Amador? You gonna be there?
I have a big family event that night and I wasn't able to move it around. And it was.
Take the whole
like a
family?
Year ago plan.
It
Oh, it's like 50 people.
Oh,
Gabby,
good,
are you
baby
gonna
gamble.
go?
Yeah.
has to be 21 and over. Well, his whole family is not.
For the gala?
Listen, I don't ID.
What would it be?
Yeah.
I do.
Well, you don't have to do anything. You could just come and have fun if you want. But there's some things that we have people who sit in the front and make sure to collect all the tickets when the people come in.
Yeah, like registration, cycle.
And then also to help with the distribution of the auction items after the auction is over.
I did a little bit of everything.
You did a little bit of everything?
Tell us that exactly.
Yeah, I did the with Madeline in the front, handing out tickets and stuff, the iPad and the distribution at the end of the auction item.
And last year I was watching you guys through Facebook because I was sick at home.
That's right. So yeah, you just put on a really nice fun dress and come help us out. We would be you would probably be good for the iPad because you're good with technology, right? So-
What would the iPad be? Like, what would I-
It's a little thing, it's a tablet like this.
No, no.
It's just here, like they give it to you here with like the card reader. And
Okay,
it's just for whenever they purchase more money
$90,
yeah,
$20.
to gamble or for the auction items.
Okay.
so it's like charging them.
Yeah.
But,
Or you can walk around and ask everybody how they're doing. That's why I had somebody doing that last year too. We just had, hey, how's everything going? You having a good time? You need anything? Let us know. Yell at John if it's not going well, stuff like that.
And then for the distribution of the auction items, like they just have like a paper in front of each item. And you would just call out for the person who had the highest bid, and they come and they just scan it right away and you hand it off. And then there's like a specific way that they showed me here, how to label each item. Majority of the items were already input into the iPad, so there wasn't really anything you had to do except put the person's name and contact info, that was it.
And you get food and drinks. So are you coming?
I would love to, I just need to make sure if it's fine with the other part.
Okay. Take care of that. Jonathan's supposed to be there too, because he's doing some video work, I think.
Are you gonna do the big ticket item on stage like last year?
Yeah, except this time I'm gonna ask for like 3 times what it's worth. Instead of asking $500. Gonna smack myself again. $3,000 possibility, and I asked for $500 bucks, so I thought it would go from 5 up. But the guy's like 5, and then no one else wanted it. No one- Oh, you weren't there for that. We had a big giant jersey, signed jersey. So I started off at $500, got a bid immediately. And I was like, so 1,000, nobody, 1,000, nobody, 750, nobody. The guy got it for $500. He goes, oh, I was gonna pay up to $2,000 for this. Oof. Oops,
Well, you didn't know.
no, I do now.
Yes.
$2,000.
Just whatever item you're gonna use, just put it on eBay really quick and see like what
What it
goes
goes for.
for, and then.
Well, that, and the good thing was, is that guy wound up buying a bunch of other
Yeah, he
sports
did.
stuff, so he actually ended up spending like $2,500, which is good.
Awesome.
But now I know, you're right. I don't know how we make this work any better, but let me tell you guys. SFAX has already got $70,000 and they haven't even started on there. Yeah. We've got 20, maybe so far. So I don't know how we can make this happen. It doesn't help that parents at the school donate big chunks of money. We don't have parents in Miami Lakes that are donating.
It's that you cannot compare, because first of all, you have the parents.
Yeah.
Second, you have the parents that have to volunteer. So they have the
got these- They
manpower.
got these corporate people that are donating. How come we only got one, which is good.
Well,
We got one finally, but
The first thing we need to do is, like I said before, we need to write a proposal.
I had said that and I said we should start doing it in March. I was assured that we were talking to people, but
And again, this is. You have to look at it like you're marketing a business.
Manny
You have
and
to
Joseph
brand.
are leaving next year. This will be next year will be their last gala that we do with them. Between now and next year's gala, I don't know how this one's gonna go, but now and next year's gala, we have to learn how to do it, and we have to get the town to give us permission to do it on our own, because we're gonna have to take it over. Because I do not believe the next mayor is gonna have the same enthusiasm about it.
Who's gonna be the next mayor?
Good question. No.
Well, since you say I do,
Well, know,
I do it.
just know
You
boy,
gotta
now
get that.
that's right, but
Are you running?
Even if they do, we still need to be able to manage it the way Joseph managed it or better.
That's
Right
that's
now,
gonna be
that's the
amazing,
problem.
because Joseph is doing an amazing job at it.
We as a board need to be able to do the same thing, which we can do if we can get the instruction manual on how to do it, and we need the town to let us do the work. I can't have anyone telling us, oh, well, you can't be calling these people, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, we gotta do everything.
You can market, you can post online, you can, that's the thing, it's. If we had freedom to post online and. Create this and treat this as if it was a business, we will be more successful, I'm sure of it.
Well, you know what I think what we'll have to do is after the event is over, let's evaluate how it went. And get Joseph to do a meeting with us maybe next year to give us the insight on how he does everything in there. And then we start a program or a subcommittee of its own on the gala. And try to put things in motion so that by the time we hit next year's gala, Joseph doesn't have to lift much more of a finger.
Also,
That way we can show that we can handle it on our own. Because we're gonna need to run it.
and we're gonna need, also, at the end of the day, I think we're gonna need more people on the board. To help out.
Well, we have the ability to get more people on the board. Anytime we want, all we have to do is vote to agree to move it to 14 people.
just keep in mind that the bigger the board,
The
the
more,
bigger the.
pain.
I prefer that we don't.
yeah, that's good, that's good, no.
If you guys wanna do it, just think that, with 7 and sometimes,
I say with 7 people, we're fine. We would need volunteers to help run the event. But between us, we'd have to, if we had a clear plan, like, they used to call them Gantt charts. If we had a Gantt chart that told us, here's the dates, this date and this date, between this date and this date, all of us have to make these many phone calls or go by these many companies or talk to this many people. And we have to give ourselves a report at our next meeting, how
Why don't we do that?
we would do that. Then we would.
We have the calendar that we started already.
I would say that would be like a subcommittee for the gala. I think that would be maybe the best. And then the whole auction item situation also, like getting the emails from the companies or, getting something.
I believe that, yeah, we can do that, but we're gonna need a lot of support from the town that it's support that we're not getting. Like when we wanna post something online. Crickets. When we wanna do an event. Oh, you can't do it because X, Y, Z. So. If we had support or if we can take the reins of our own board and. Post on Instagram or Facebook ourselves. I'm pretty sure we can do a lot better because
And the question is this partially my fault? Am I not doing enough? And I know that I haven't been as good as I used to be. Am I not leading us enough to get this
Well,
stuff
yeah, you
done?
could have
Should I be
asked.
following up with everybody or?
I think when it comes to the gala, because.
you could have asked, directamente, that was.
Since I think it's mainly, don't get me wrong, yes, the board. But like the first year or two, we weren't even really involved other than the day of. So this kind of became like a new thing, so
Okay.
I don't know to what extent it's like.
That makes me feel a little better. Because I was
Yeah.
wondering like, oh my God, did you guys manage all this before me and I've dropped the ball on this or what?
I can tell you guys that there's things I can do. Right now that I'll take,
You have special skills.
yes, just don't mention to anyone now. For example, the business that I started focusing on nonprofits and helping out local resource agencies. So. One of the things I've been doing is working with local resources to create workshops. I can take care of the workshops that we're gonna be working on. I can set them up, I can do all that work myself and invite the board. And have the board be the big name for the event. And that's something less that we have to worry about as a board.
I don't know if I missed it, but I don't know percent.
Okay,
I kind of got lost too. I'm sorry.
we were talking the other day about creating workshops every 3 months. Or
Yeah,
every
no,
2 months.
every 2 months we're doing one.
Every 2 months. So instead of having the board focusing and spending the time and efforts in creating those workshops. I've been working with local resource agencies to create those workshops.
Oh, but we want to do that, like, that's something that we as a board, like, that's one of our focal points.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's something
And
now
this
that
is what I've
the
been
board,
asking about. The board, we as a board, we come up with a whole bunch of ideas and then we don't assign it to anyone. Now, I could be the one to do every single thing, and I think that's what burned Vivian out, because she got tired of doing it, because she was doing every single thing. If we were to assign a specific item that we're working on to a specific person, like we did with the 5K. You're in charge of the 5K. If the ball gets dropped in the 5K, that's on you. Then you'd have to tell us all why did it fall.
Yeah, it's like saying a chair for that, which is something that Madeline had mentioned, like
Right.
for the 4th of July, she was a chair for that specifically.
We don't have that,
Yeah.
we just kind of-
haven't Speak about it and then it kind of.
and then it disappears.
Yeah.
So, because it's been all on us to figure out how to put together, and then when we put it together, we're like, okay, now it'll just happen. But that's not how it works.
yeah,
So-
so I can work on the 5K and I can work on the workshops.
So, all right, so if I was to say, we were to say, well, what you would have to do then is we would say. In charge of the workshops, you will be in charge of the workshops. So you need to come up with a calendar, starting from November, every other month.
So
Of what
who's
workshops you
the
wanna do.
speaker, the
Who's gonna be the
the
speaker?
location.
But we need to vote.
Well,
Keep in mind that
He
whatever
bring that
workshop,
back to us,
Exactly.
and then on the agenda, we talk about the workshops. He would say, here's my goal for 2024. Here's the workshops I like, let's do a discussion. We would do a discussion, then we would either vote to continue it until we're ready, or vote yes on it, and start getting the process rolling, and then you would be responsible for making all those calls. If we did that, that delegation would allow us to actually know someone is responsible for doing it. Instead of all of us just saying, okay, we're done,
Yeah,
we'll see you next meeting.
I can do the workshop and I can do the 5K. Why? Because the workshop is not gonna be as complicated as the 5K. So. I don't have
Okay,
an
so the
issue.
5K, you and I both need to work on that.
Yeah.
Because that's a really tough program, but the workshops is simple, and since you
Yeah.
have the resources and connections, yes. I would agree to that. You know what? Let's do that right now. Do we need to do a vote if we assign someone to be the head of the project, or can we just suggest it?
I would always try to motion.
Just in case on the safe side.
Yes.
Mm.
The
Right.
only thing is the people that are not here.
Well, because we have a majority, they can't vote on it.
But I'm pretty sure that we can come up with other votes for them. Like, for example, Vivi, I'm sure she'll take care of
She's gonna do
the art exhibit
Yeah,
and
Hanging with us.
animation.
and paying with a twist.
So I will vote for Vivian to do that, which I'm sure she'll love to do it, because those are her ideas, and she'll be better qualified to run it than anyone
Look, the
else.
goal of the board is that we vote in what we want. And have a majority, if one of you were to say no right now, then their votes would be counted, because their votes could be a yes or no. If they all three voted no, and us four all voted yes, it would still pass, because it passes on a 4-to-3 bit ratio. So if we vote right now, even with them absent, if all of us say yes to this idea, then it
Yeah.
would pass anyway.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
that's the relevancy of them being here or not being here. So then I would like to make a motion to nominate Francisco to be the chair of the
Workshops.
workshops.
before we second, okay, what exactly does it entail?
The entail.
The reason I ask is because we have had workshops and not to, but you haven't always come, so I'm asking. I'm not trying to be, I'm just saying, like, to know, what exactly, is it just setting it up, is it being here, because that's,
No, we'll be looking for the speaker,
okay,
finding or researching or finding a speaker or people that will talk about the theme of that event, that workshop. If we vote on getting funds for buying snacks or, picadera, whatever you call it in English, and drinks, then yeah, and then the location, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna be using a city
we've
location,
been using the.
so it'll be, the hard part is finding the people
Yeah,
to come and talk and creating the theme for that talk.
How
I-
about we come up with an an overview of what a project chair person is supposed to do, like a definition for that.
I see what you mean, yeah,
Basically plan the event.
Okay, I agree with her first. Retract the motion. So we can start on this one.
Could I interrupt you first, please?
Yeah.
Do you have a specific item? To know where to put this motion under?
Yeah, no, that's another thing, because I don't have anywhere to put this in.
What are we talking about?
You
It's a
were on
brand
the
new-
gala.
Yeah, we were talking about the gala, and now we're talking about something completely different that we.
Squirrel.
that was not added to the
Yeah.
agenda, so.
No, but we got here because of, we're discussing about
I
not
think
having a
something's
lot
not
of
right in my
people.
brain right now.
Yeah.
Could we add it maybe under the public events calendar item?
You can probably put it together. I have the tentative calendar. I think we should all have it. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. You did give us that calendar.
So the only thing is, you said that you were just gonna skip it. So you can.
Actually, just retract the whole thing. We're not gonna vote on this right now. We can do this at next meeting. We're almost out of time on this meeting. Let me go home and write up a specific duty roster of what a chair of
Of
an
events.
event will be.
I think it would be good if everyone did that, just so there's a common
Well, I'm gonna write mine.
Yeah,
We'll
yours.
come to the meeting, I'll put it on the agenda and we can discussion on it.
Yeah.
You can add and adjust it however you guys feel. We'll vote on it, and once that's voted, then we can go into voting on who's gonna be responsible for each event.
Okay,
Does that sound better to you guys? Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so that'll be,
Yeah, because you know what it is, there's sometimes we've dropped the ball on like the details. Like, oh, wait, hold on, we need a table. Oh, hold on, like something like that. So also, I think something that would be important with that as well is when we have events, like, what are the things that we should always have? Okay, so like things to give out, just like a little,
protocol.
yeah, like a
We're
little
creating
checklist that
events.
we should. Huh?
We're creating mini events.
But yeah, but I mean, like for any event,
No, I
what
like
we're
what she's
gonna,
saying.
Yeah,
Let's have a goal of a protocol of how we do events, a protocol of how we do. Of how we speak to in public event, attendance. I know what I'm talking about, I'll do it right.
but what I mean that, when I'm saying about the checklist, for example,
Checklist, thank you.
we've gone to events and then, oh, well, we don't have water, like for us to drink. So
Yeah.
something as simple as that, I mean, it become, you know what I mean? So it's, okay, we need our tablecloth, we need flyers, just like a general, right, or generic checklist, but for us, and then, okay, we need this, kind of like when you're gonna travel and you look at the checklist, you may not need everything on that list for this event, but at least you're aware that it's there, and hey, you know what, we did need this.
No, you're 100% right, and this
Because it's
goes with
happened.
the event calendar, because we need to know what event we're doing. What's the responsibilities of the event, and then who are we assigning to manage the event?
And I think it's also less stress on the person
Organize.
doing the event,
Yeah.
organizing the event, because
And that
hey,
also
we have
helps
this
us.
already.
Sorry, I didn't.
It's okay.
It also helps us know, there's one person,
It's
Yeah.
accountability.
right?
Yes, yes,
And we will know for sure that when we talk about, oh, we're gonna do an event, who's gonna volunteer? Well, we have one person locked into that volunteer group.
Yeah.
And on major events, there's two people, so like the 5K, it's gonna be him and I doing the legwork of getting it started. And then once we have an official date and the plan is approved, we can go to the committee and say, okay, now we need to know who can volunteer on that day.
and I was gonna say that too, don't think that because you're organizing the event, like everything has to fall on you, there's also. If 4 of us are going to the event, okay, can you take care of, so and so, take this and that, so it doesn't all fall, but yes, like at least the organization of it, because
Yeah.
it's happened.
That's
It's
been our
happened.
problem is structure. We don't have structure.
Yes,
And I think that's because we didn't know how to have structure because we're still new.
it's kind of like we didn't get the proper training, so we're learning as we go. But I think every time that we have an event, we kind of are, man,
Like, what did
this.
we miss that? Or how did
Yeah,
we do that?
so
Why did
then-
we overbuy or underbuy? I get you.
So we're learning and we're perfecting.
Okay.
So.
So for next meeting, and I'll put it on the agenda, I'll have a list of the initial calendar of our planned events. The plan of what a chairperson will do. And a protocol, a checklist protocol of what we need to have for our events or for a public attendance. So there's the events one, and there'll be one for if we do something with like a government entity, if they invite us to go somewhere, they want us in council. We have a protocol of who's gonna go, who's gonna represent, what kind of documents need to be done ahead of time, and then when we meet, we can have an accountability report to ourselves and say, who was in charge of it? I was. Okay, what did I do? Nothing. Well, then you're fired. Get out. Something like that.
And
I
I think
think that'll
something
help.
else to add to that, John, is an inventory of what we have already. To then figure out what else we need to purchase.
Well, that's all in my garage, so I'm gonna have to go through it.
But the reason why I say it, because like, for example, when we've had a table and we have our flyers, we need to have something sturdy that will hold the flyers. Because it keeps happening where our flyers are flying all over the place.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
whatever it is, you know what I mean? But it's, again, simple things that make a big difference in the end. So kind of like, okay, this is what we have. Okay, this is what we need to purchase and.
And I still believe we need to order the giveaways and all that stuff from Alibaba. Instead of buying it locally,
We agreed to do that.
yeah.
Now, did anyone order? You see, that's one of those things. Okay, we spoke about it, who ordered it, who took,
We haven't agreed to what we wanted to order yet. We were supposed to
Okay.
come up with that. I think that we were gonna try and have it by next year. It was for, we were gonna have a whole order done in Christmas time with Christmas discounts for a goal of purchasing everything for the entire 2024.
Now we need stuff now too, because we.
Yeah, we have
We're gonna have a
the
table
lights,
We're gonna have the table for Christmas, so we need stuff to give out.
Can Alibaba stuff be sent in a week or two?
once we give the approval, it takes about 2 weeks to receive everything. And to have the approval and to get to the approval stage, it'll take about a week. So in 3 weeks, we should have we can probably have everything.
We would need to be ordering it now then for October.
Madeline says that there's a checklist the town has.
Yes, that was good.
Oh, okay.
They do have one, and then my other thing was, I have this is from the subcommittee, the events, and then this one was from August's meeting. I think it might have changed, maybe you guys had some ideas, wanted to move around or anything like that, we now have, tentative dates for the rest of the year. So,
That's right, I have that on my computer, don't I?
this one, you should have,
Have
You sent
have
this one.
So,
and then this one should be in the minutes from August.
okay. What did Madeline say? I'm sorry.
That there's a checklist of.
Was
the
that,
town
that
has.
was it? Nothing about the. Hi, Madeline.
I told you, we have one participant.
It's her.
Vivian's watching too.
I'll see there's two. Hi, Vivian. Where's Clary? She watching too? About the toys, we can't get it in time for Thanksgiving, but maybe we can do it in time.
For Thanksgiving, we have time.
Sorry, Halloween. For
Thanksgiving, what do we have Thanksgiving?
I don't know, but
Christmas, the event at Christmas is November, right? The lighting lights.
I believe it's November.
So we would need it by November.
yeah, we have.
So next meeting we have,
Halloween is easy because you only trinkets, you just need candy.
But
that's
Halloween
not what we're gonna
is,
do. We're not doing candy, we're all doing sensory items.
but it's not the Halloween, our Halloween, it's the.
What's the name? What's her name?
Cool.
The Halloween lady.
Angel
Oh,
something.
Bianca,
What is it?
What's her,
Bianca.
what's her
Oh, Little Angels.
little angels?
I know.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah,
Today's the 6th.
yeah.
We have to vote on it right now. We don't even know what we're gonna order.
Didn't we vote on it before? We're gonna order.
We said we're gonna order it. We don't even know what we're gonna order. I mean, what are we gonna order?
I had gotten,
Get 100 million sleeves.
I had gotten quotes for spinners, drawstring backpacks, bottles.
Oh, no, this.
We don't need backpacks. We have the backpacks.
No, what I'm saying, I'm telling you all the things I got the quotes from, quotes for.
Do you
It was-
remember what date that was, or is?
I think it was July, the July meeting.
Because
No,
what we
no,
had
no, what I
talked,
mean is,
Oh, for
the
Bianca,
event, yeah.
we're working on it, and so far it is for the 28th, which is a Saturday. No, October.
October,
Yeah, that's what
No, you said September.
I did,
it's okay.
okay, I thought it was.
I don't even know what day it is.
The haunted house, the town one is gonna be on the same day.
Oh, yeah? No, but this is during the day.
Uh,
This is a day event,
Right, right.
and it's small, and it's a small event. It's mostly for
Yeah,
smaller
yeah.
kids.
He went last year,
That's right. That's right. He was there, yes.
he picked up afterwards, so.
We had talked about wanting to place an order separately from Alibaba for something, whether it was
Fourth of
stickers or
July.
something else, but it had our logo on it.
I mentioned that to you at the resource fair. And also we talked about it for the 4th of July meeting, that we had talked that we can put our logo on anything from the headphones to the
On
spinner.
Alibaba stuff?
Yeah, or the box, the package where the spinners come in
On the spinner, or is it on the box?
on the box, so we can probably put it on the spinner
We
depending
have
on
to
the
do it
time.
ourselves?
But
We have to do it ourselves?
no, once we have the logo, we send it to them and we
So
tell
they
them,
print it and then they
Yeah.
send us the whole product?
yeah.
That would be much better.
So I have to look again for the clothes that I got.
All right, 3 minutes until we're done, so we can't pick anything for right now. We have to wait till October. Bring all your quotes in October. Let's see what kind of time frame we get if we order it that night of the meeting.
And if anything, if we can always just purchase it. And it'll be in hoping for November.
Yeah, and worst
And
case
then
scenario, we
worst
just go
case,
to Walmart.
exactly.
I agree. Everybody agree?
Okay. Yeah, so
Do
you
you
like
concur?
spinners, what else can I?
I concur. Spinners, we like spinners, we liked, they like
Pop it,
the poppets.
Yeah.
They like the little slimy, not slimy,
The slinky, the
no, those little like,
silly putties?
no,
you're saying
they
slime?
were the ramen noodle things. So
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It was ramen noodles.
they're squishy.
Oh, yeah, I remember, it was like a packet.
Yeah, it's a squishy toys, and they, you know, squishy and rub it and stuff. What else did we give away at last year's, remember?
No, it wasn't like that. They were skinny.
Yeah,
That's my daughter's one.
They were thin.
there's no shame, if that's yours, your special reliever thing. Spinners, puppets from a noodle can, only sensory thing.
The quick boxes,
Oh, you're talking about like the
fidget toy,
fidget,
the thing with the little like clicks
I
and
know exactly what you're talking
buttons.
about.
Fidget
It's like a cube.
cubes.
a
Yes.
cube, yeah.
Yeah, with the fidget cube.
And what are the things that you had there? What is that called?
I have
The
no idea.
stretchy pulley thingies,
That's like another that's a fidget noodle, I think it is called.
fidget noodle. And as far as water bottles are concerned, we have water bottles. We would be ordering them from the same place because they have our logo on it and they change colors. And we already have bags, so we're good on that. Anything else that anyone can think about for a quote? Fidget wise, sensory wise,
That we get from this company or just, okay,
the mass quantity to give away.
You're talking about the little poppets.
Yeah, we did
But it's kind
of
of-
the poppet ones, there were two different kinds we wanted to look at. A larger kind. And then the keychain one.
I seen the keychain one that has like two little puppets, it's like an 8 figure. Something like that.
Yeah.
And it has a puppet in the middle. So it has a. So it's like an 8 type of figure and it has a puppet in the middle and then the ring for the keychain. Like that.
Yeah. And then the one that looks like a hexagon.
per square. So they have a bunch, like, when it comes to those, I don't know, different shapes.
I can't think of anything else, can you? I mean, the only other thing is Play-Doh. People like, a lot of people like the Play-Doh. They took all of our Play-Doh and we paid like 60 cents for each Play-Doh.
No, they would pay on like some kids I want to eat it though. So,
That's the problem.
okay, sure.
Don't be
Get
shooting
it, quote,
arrows.
just put it down, get a
I
quote.
remember at the charter school when we went, but there was a woman that was all annoyed and she's like, the worst type of gift is when someone gives you your child a Play-Doh and they're not your child.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know, I personally, I prefer, and just like the slime thing.
We had it at last Halloween and it was the first thing to go.
Cause I think that kids like it, it's just
Parents hate it.
some, but the thing is that some kids eat it. You know, so imagine, you know, parent, you know, why you're talking.
You remember what else we had?
I know we had spoken about getting those cows once upon a time, but. I think
Oh,
that kind of
the DNA test kits, if we can order them as well.
That's his department.
We have.
We have a
We
lot of
get
them.
them unlimited.
tons.
Okay.
But
Huge
you
box
did
full.
mention cows. Look for cows.
Oh, the
Stress
cow,
balls.
the stress balls
Stress
and
balls.
cows form.
That would be very good. And that's enough. Get that report for next week. Any,
Next week.
exactly. You know, yeah. Any announcements, guys?
Looks like there's a hurricane when you come this way.
No, it's gonna go. So far, it's heading towards North Carolina. Go ahead.
Okay, so the report to council, so one of the things. I spoke to finance and they actually just received the invoice for the fall dance classes. The dance classes were the ones that were taken out of social and recreation instead of community programs. So you guys had taken the 9,330 and just put it into social and recreation, since there was like $914 left.
Right.
But finance reclassified and moved the dance class payments. So let's say they both had $10 and the dance classes, like social and recreation was $10, like max. That was allocated. And then same thing with community programs. Let's say the dance classes, there were 2, so well, they were gonna be 3, but $5. You have another $5 left. And then community programs was, and like it had the full amount. So what they did was they moved it to community programs, so then it's the full amount. So basically, it was taken out from,
The
Community
correct, the
programs,
correct
exactly.
bucket or the correct line item, okay. Yeah, so it's like they retracted what they did, kind of put it back into that. And then took it away from the right one, okay.
So now it's in the right spot.
yes,
So now the committee report needs to change.
Yeah,
Because now the total, do you have the budget? Like,
that would just mean
I
that,
mean, you don't present until February anyway, so from here to then, it's
Yeah.
gonna change.
yeah,
So I think that right now, it's, I mean, I don't even think that's something to worry about too much about.
you have, $14,600 left in community programs. And 5,669.62 in social and recreation.
okay,
That does not, reflect the $9,000,
all right, so
so
$9,000,
you can allocate it next time.
okay, we'll allocate it next time.
Oh,
Okay.
and then kind of, related to, the calendar of events, so the Elderly Affairs Committee, their liaison reached out, that they host health lectures, and they've received like, emails from certain like community organizations regarding, like participating and like giving, presentations related to mental health and special needs. So maybe it's something that you would all be interested in.
Can you please connect them to me, because you're not assigned to it yet.
It's Dottie, right?
Well, I don't know who the chair is.
Yeah.
I just,
it's Dottie Wicks.
Connect her to me and tell her that yes, we are gonna be hosting several workshops throughout the next year, and we would like for them to be a part of it. Connect with me, and by next time, we can assign.
I think it
whomever.
would depend though, John, on what the workshop is about, because like, you know what I mean?
Take it step by step. I want them to, we are interested. I want
Yes.
them to send me the information. When we assign a chair, that chair will review it and bring it to us, and we can vote yes or no.
Of course, no, but you understand what I'm saying, like, just give them a heads up that sometimes it might be very focused, maybe to a certain extent on special needs. Not, or disability, not so, I don't know if I mean, okay. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know,
I follow you.
it's not coming out right, so I.
No, I follow what you're trying
Yeah.
to say. So yeah, that's why I said it has to be, everything would have to be vetted. His job, or should he be appointed, his job would be to vet those programs like that and whatever else he already has connections with, and to bring us an proposed calendar
Mhm.
of what they are and what we're gonna be presenting and costs involved. And then we can vote as a board to say, yes, we like this one. No, please go back and change that one.
Or even if they have one that they want to do and they want us collaborating with them as well.
And that's
Even
what,
though I think a lot of their things, they tend to do it in the morning, so I don't know about if they have, do they ever do things at night too, or? is it-
The senior committee,
Yeah,
everything's during the day.
I know usually everything.
At 6, 7
That-
PM, they're sleeping unless they have a meeting.
that's when we do ours.
Um,
We could participate in one of theirs. I don't have a problem with that. We can send someone from the board to go and talk, along with the presentation. Sure, but if they want to be a part of our presentation, ours take place at night because working parents work it during the day.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all.
Guys, let's adjourn the meeting at 7:07.
Exactly.
All those in favor?
All right.
Meeting's over. Thanks.